here at Book Corner. Now this book is called Wire Forest Books. They do stuff online, they've got a great shop I believe. I've not been in Cynic, but they actually stock my book. So I'm going to go and have a look and see if they've got any in stock. And I'd had a word with them earlier on in the show. They said they sold one or two, but I didn't have a chance to come and have actually look at it of them. I spotted the touring caravan story. It's on the top shelf there. Oh, risky stuff. Which is good to see. Static caravan story. Destroyed the bookshop here. Now they did have some of the caravanning in the 1970s, but I simply can't see any now. They were down there. I just wonder if they sold them all. It'd be good if they did. No, can't see it here. I'll go and see what they say. Yeah, there appears to be only the static one left, the touring caravan one, and I couldn't even see the motorhome one down there.
Yeah, I've only got one motorhome.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, and the caravan in the 1970s, I couldn't see any of those there.
Sold out then.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully you'll stock a few at base, will you? Do you think?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do stock
You
them
do?
anyway. Yeah,
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in your area one day. I must come and visit you, actually. We could have a look around, yeah.
Small but perfectly full.
Small, yeah. Well, that's what it's all about. Yeah, that's good. So has it been a decent show after all for you? Is it good?
It's been all right, yeah.
Because people are finding you down here, aren't they? That
Yeah.
seem to be doing all right, yeah. Good. All right, super. Thanks very much. Thanks. Oh, well, that's good. One motorhome book left, apparently. There it is. Story of the motorhome. They've sold out of the Caravan in the 1970s book, that's gone. Touring Caravan stories, just a couple of I think there's only one copy of that left as well. A couple of copies of the Static Caravan story, and that's it. All the others have gone. So that is, I'm pretty pleased about that. It means to say there is interest in there amongst caravanners, generally motorhome people, which I'm glad. Right, I'm going to have another bit look around the show here. Whew. Going to go and see a friend of mine now. If I can catch him up. I've lost the wife, don't know where she's at. With the grandchild. So I think what's happening in this show is basically sales haven't been overly brilliant, and I would expect that, to be honest with you, with the way things are. You know, they've had a very good, the industry's had a very good buoyant couple of years, and it's now about to turn a bit. Will there be any discounting? I don't know. I think dealers are going to still stick it out and try not to do any discounting. I think you'll get some free movers probably thrown in, but apart from that, I I don't think you're going to find very much at all. Right, have a quick look round here. Right, it's the end of the show. What have I thought? There's nothing much in the way of anything really new. Certainly not in Taurus. There's only Bailey with their discoveries. Andrea with the new Altea. Good thing is I met up with some people that I've not seen for a long time, so that's been really good. And also the fact is that the show's been pretty busy. Whether sales have been all that good or not, I wouldn't like to say. I would think sales would have been more hard fought for on this show, definitely. But then again, you know, some dealers I spoke to said they were, you know, doing quite well. They were competing with last year's figures, so they were quite happy about that. Because this show is something they didn't expect to do well, really. Nobody knew what it was going to be like with the way things have been and the way things are, with all the troubles going on in the world. You know, it really makes things a bit jittery on, you know, with people doing whatever. You know, come spending money, and all we know, the cost of living's gone up. We know it's gone ridiculously through the roof. Yeah, it's all quiet now. The show's, as I say, finished. Just going back round the tents bit here, actually. I mean, I'm not a tenter, but I can see why people do like it. We get a lot of space, a lot of room, and some good ones here. Outwell are very good, I believe. Van Gogh. All these people are, you know, here's ones that you can stick on the end of your car. Never really been into tents at all, but it is very popular. And especially if we get a decent dry summer, which I think this year we just may do that. Quite a few accessories here. The show doesn't seem maybe quite as big as last year, but then again I might be wrong on that. But I always say the February show is a show that I still always liked. The October show is the brand new stuff, but on the whole, the normal show, the February one, you know, you just get some interim model launches usually, but there's been very little this time. Say, plenty of stands here. There's boats and for sale, not like the original show when it used to be called the Caravan and Boat Show. That was back in the 80s and early 90s, and that was a good show because it gave everybody a bite at the cherry. Everybody could go and have a look at whatever leisure thing they wanted to do, whether it was static caravans, tourers, and in those days there was a lot of motorhomes and certainly not a lot of camper vans. Very few. Swift have got a stand here to show off their Monza, which is a really nice motorhome. And of course Monza was a name they bought from ABI back in 2001, I think it was, when ABI finished making their tourer range, which I always thought was a rather big shame when ABI went out to the market. But the Monza camper vans are really, really nice. We'll have to do a review on them. I mean, again, camper vans are a different thing. A lot of people like camper vans, they're very trendy, and of course you can use them to run around in as well. So yeah, I'm just coming down here now to I think this is Hall 5 I'm coming into. Quite a lot of camper vans down here. This year, as I say, there's been nothing much in the way of anything like lodges or things like that, which is a great shame. Now, usually here they're turfing you out of the show. Classic car show have been here, they've been, come on, get out, move out, and all this, that and the other. But this time, don't seem to be too bothered, really. People just drifting out slowly. But certainly not the staff to come in telling you around to clear off, and I wonder if that's down to maybe cutting back on staff. So they're just now letting people sort of go out at their leisure, as it were. Anyway, this will be a few more clips that I'll do, probably. But it's always interesting. Talk to a lot of people. I love talking to people. This is down to Hall 5. Now this is where the holiday home people are supposed to be. Now there's very little this year. In fact, I'd say it's the poorest NEC show for holiday homes in February that I've ever really known. Hall 4 up there is usually full of them, and a lovely great display as well, and things for kids to do. There was dog stuff and everything at one time pre-COVID, but that's all gone sadly, and that's a shame. And I think this is the problem, is with the shows, is that you know, this isn't cheap to do, and costs lots of money. Foot there, Design Champion back in 2015. Did a few articles in magazines on them. Also, there's these, the Trigano pop tops. Now, I won't say I'm a pop top fan, but I thought these really were good, and I tell you something, these feel really solid. I mean, they're all locked up, as you'd expect, but I thought they were a really good van. Trouble is, again, very few dealers around, so you're a little bit stuck when it comes to trading time, whatever. Now they've got something been going on down here. This is the park home side. Tindina here, and also who else is it? Omaha here. These are long established manufacturers, and have always been at the show. Unfortunately, Willoughby aren't here. Riedel are here because they're part of the Omaha group now, and it's on a really nice stand. So if you're in the market for one of these, this is the sort of thing you'll be looking at. Now, as I say, Willoughby aren't here, Carnaby aren't here, Atlas aren't here, and that's a really big shame, because these sort of guys really should be, as a manufacturer.
Go on, buddy.
There's
No music on today.
Pedmonton are here, which is good to see. Again, big supporters of this show. And also, what we've got is Alan's Caravans here. Now they're a site, and they've got a few holiday homes. A Willoughby one here on display. It's a big shame there's not more here, actually, in all fairness. There's Swift Mazel, and a proper park home here. Because residential living is something that's growing. As parks are a lot better now, they're very secure, a lot of people feel very safe on them, they're quiet, and you do build up this village type relationship with people. So in my mind, it's a big shame that there is no more holiday home manufacturers than this. Pemberton have got a nice big stand. They've got three units on here, and yeah. So Static Caravan inside. They do a lot of lodges to Pemberton. Used to be a big producer one time, Pemberton. Oh, if you'd gone on sites back in the 60s and 70s, you'd have found a lot of Pembertons on the site. Yeah, that's it there. Now, there's a lot of camper vans here, which is good. But again, somebody thought there wasn't as many as there was last year, and that possibly may be the case. But again, this is a market, it's very, very fierce. It's the camper van market. I'm sure there's people huddled round desks like there is over there, talking about the show and having a bit of a laugh about it, how they've done. And is it really, has it been successful? But at the end of the day, these have got to be sold on. Now we've just come on to this stand, which is the Red Line are doing these, see? These are called mink. Or are they? Am I thinking of the right one? They look like the ones, they look like the minks, but they've possibly done them into Red Line Caravan's own. Because they're the people, I know them very well. Remember when they only had a little small dealership, now it's a lot bigger. And even before that, I remember as a child being taken down to look round caravans at their depot. And the pods, which I shall be doing some more reviews on at some stage. A lot of people liking that, lots of likes, and yeah, it's the go pods are pretty good. 2005 I got involved with them, even did 2 brochures then. And we've got Wingham, the not so cheap motorhomes and caravans. Oops. Again, very expensive. And that's before all the price rises as well. They are quite nice. They're, I've done a couple of reviews on one, on a couple of Wingham stuff, and people did say they were expensive, and yes, they're not cheap. There you go. This is 110 grand. My God, that's a lot of cash. Well, I think that what they're saying is get out. As I say, normally there's people roaming around here ushering you out. Now, somebody's asked me, am I going to do anything on Arebas? And I have been wanting to do something on Arebas, but there's always something else has cropped up. Now obviously these Arebas aren't open, and obviously I haven't got time to do anything on these, but what I've noticed is there are plenty of people selling Areba. Arebas seem to have got a lot more dealers, let's put it that way. Oops. And I don't know if that will take away some of the draw to them that are becoming a little bit more common now on dealers' forecourts. My first impressions are these are a very tough unit, no doubt about it. Very strong, very old design. Retro, classic, whatever you want to call it, but they're not cheap, never have been, but they hold on to the value quite well. And they are pretty expensive, as I said before. I don't know if I like these chrome wheel arches. These bits of chrome things look a little bit tacky, I think. Might have been better using the sort of black on them. That's a bit more. Chrome's a little bit dated, isn't it? Chrome has gone out really with buyers, cars and everything. It's all black this and black that, and the chrome seems to have gone, but not with Arebas. So yes, I will be doing some of these at some stage soon, and I'll tell you what I think of them. As I say, 2023 Areba Troll 530 is starting off price at 25,750, but with all the other extra bits on, like this one with the legend finish and loads of things on it, you're talking 36k. That's a lot of cash. But they are well made and they are well finished, there's no doubt about it. Right, okay, I shall leave you on this video. I've been around this bit and what have you, and I'll see you again on the next one. Hope you've enjoyed a little stroll about. I better go before I'm locked in. Mind you, it won't bother me. Sure I'd find somewhere comfortable to sleep. Ah, here's one of these binks. Here on the, excuse me, Camping and Caravan Club stand. Maybe that one at Red Lions Go isn't one of them. I'll have to ask them, it looks very similar. Anyway, I'll cut this video down and go. So, if you bought a caravan at the show, let me know. Let me know what you think of the videos as you normally do. And it was great to see the subscribers. Fantastic to see you all on the show, and say thank you very much. And again, if you see me, just say hello. I'd just love to meet people who watch the channel and read, of course, Practical Caravan with my used buys in there, and generally the magazine on a whole, because magazines still hold a lot of information. Right, I'm going to love you, leave you. I'm back at the car, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.